Well, it looks like the comment count on my 200 subs bitches video has stopped going up, meaning that it is now time for me to answer the 8 of the 17 comments that were actually questions. Now, apparently YouTube has just now resolved that glitch that was causing videos not to appear in subscription boxes, so I may do a part 2 of this video if I get about this many more questions asked to me from people who didn't realize that the video existed because it was uploaded, I believe, during the time that that glitch was going on. However, after that happens, or if that doesn't happen after a couple of weeks, I'm going to disable comments on that video. Losoyo asks, how are you going to get 300 or more vids? I assume by vids you actually mean subs, in which case I was referring to the Lapkind collab. I still think I may get quite a few off of it, though obviously not 300, because it does seem that the subscription box glitch has, as I think I already said before in this video, been resolved, and people are now getting videos in their subscription boxes again. Daronak asks, is there a college that you want to go to? I'm thinking Florida University right now because I plan to be a cetacean biologist, and they are one of the top-ranked colleges in the country in regards to marine biology, and also relatively prestigious in general. The Stigmadane wants to know if I believe much of the New Age woo-woo stuff he spouts now that I don't understand, and the answer is, I don't understand you. eBilly99 asks, how in this world can we put you up to 200 and yet I look and 71 is my sub? Well, the reason is because I make better videos. Nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead and put an annotation with a link to his channel, and go ahead and subscribe to eBilly99. I would have given you a shout out had I realized that you had fewer subs than me, but I honestly didn't think to check because I was positive that you had more than me. Al1981X has asked a couple of questions here. When did you stop being a creationist? Did you go, F me, that's a lot of time, several exclamation points? I don't know, it's only been like 3 months, so I guess that's not a whole lot of time. What in the natural world do you find most interesting / inspiring? Well, my current plan is to go into the field of cetacean biology. However, dolphins are the second most interesting thing in the world to me. The most interesting thing in the world would be to work in quantum physics. Now, I very much hate math, so I wouldn't even consider actually doing it. But the reason it'd be interesting is because of this. We are made of atoms. Therefore, as we look to figure out what exactly atoms are, what they're made of, how they behave, this whole time that we're trying to solve that mystery, we are literally composed of the answer, and yet cannot possibly know it without rigorous scientific investigation. If you lost your faith entirely and became an atheist, what would you miss the most? I would say the concept or the prospect of getting to have an afterlife. I think I would go insane if I honestly believed that I would be wiped out of existence someday, and I don't understand how atheists don't. Star Trek or Doctor Who? I've never seen an episode of the original Star Trek, and there's this thing that I've heard of called Doctor Who, and I'm not even positive what it is, so I have no opinion on the subject. Is there a part of the Bible you wish weren't in there at all? Which is it? Well, ultimately I must presume that God's judgment is superior to mine, but even if the zombie thing in Mark happened, why did you have to mention it just to make the story seemingly sound more absurd? How many squirrels can you stuff in your pajamas? I don't know, I've never checked, and it's creepy if you have. Quantum Ghost wants to know if I'm considering going into science as a career. The answer is yes, I plan to become a cetacean biologist. I've said that a couple of times throughout this video. What do you think is the value of the Bible, since you no longer take it literally? What truth do you think can still be found in its pages? Asks Red Dragon 11433. Well, for one thing, the parts of the Old Testament that I no longer take literally, I believe still have extremely deep allegorical meaning. In fact, it's so beautiful that I find it difficult to believe that it wasn't divinely inspired in some places. I'm also going to cite something called macro codes. Basically, there are levels of similarity between the Old Testament stories, particularly in the book of Genesis, and the story of Jesus, that are sufficiently striking that it's difficult to believe that they could be derived independently, but also sufficiently different that it's difficult to believe that they were copied directly from each other.